how we can use these oils this time of year for the entire family for different things that come up. So this is what I call my Healthy Start Kit, and it has a diffuser. So if you're not familiar with a diffuser, it is basically a way to get essential oils dispersed into the air without heating or cooling them, because heating them can actually change their chemical composition, so you don't want to heat them. Very easy to use. You just fill with water to the line, and in this one I add about 6 drops of total oil. You can put any doTERRA oils in there. You can mix and match any of them, whatever you prefer the smell of, it doesn't matter. And this one actually runs for 12 hours, so it's a really great one to keep by your bed, to travel with, to always have oils going in the air, because it can do so much. You can help purify the air, get rid of unwanted germs, which is really, really important right now, right? When we're all trying to stay safe and supported and well, right? Also a really, really great time to use it for respiratory support. So if you're feeling stuffy, if you're feeling congested, if you are having trouble breathing, it can help open up that airway when you diffuse certain oils, and I'll talk about which ones. Also, obviously great for sleep and mood. I know a lot of people are under a lot of stress right now with what is going on in our world right now. So when you're dealing with stress, what happens is that when you're stressed and you're anxious, your immune system actually plummets a little bit. And so if you can find ways to manage your stress, manage your anxiety, your immune system is going to be even more supported and more effective. Things like stress and toxins and processed food and sugars really, really take a toll on our immune system. So those are all things that naturally every day you can work on cutting out. So let's talk about these oils in this kit. So with the diffuser and the Healthy Start Kit, you also get the top 10 oils. So these are the top 10 oils, and I'm gonna go over what they are and how I would use them right now in my home. So if you have these, it will give you ideas of what to do with them. And if you don't have them and are looking for a place to start, it will give you ideas of how to use them for those things. So the first one is lavender. So lavender is all things sleep and calming. So this is really one I would incorporate when it comes to wanting to reduce that stress response, wanting to sleep better. When you are getting your full rested hours of sleep, when you are less stressed, your immune system responds better, your cells respond better. We need that sleep to recoup things in our body, to help it run great. So you can diffuse this next to your bed, you can put some on your feet, on the back of your neck, you can breathe it in from your hands. It has a really calming effect on the body. You can add a couple drops to your bath, and these things are going to help you hopefully sleep better, be more calmer, and manage your stress better, which is going to help support your immune system when you do all of those things. So that's just one way to use lavender. Also, as a side note, super good for grouchy children, good for teething, just really, really soothing to the body. Really, really good for little ones, for babies and toddlers. This is my favorite oil for them, just for sleep and calming and that kind of thing. Also can be really soothing to their digestive tract when you rub a little bit on their tummy. And then we move to Deep Blue. So Deep Blue is the soothing muscle blend. So this is really for kind of aches and pains and sore ligaments and muscles. So really this comes in handy this time of year in a few different ways. So if you are somebody that exercises frequently, because we know that exercise is really, really good for our body and even our immune system. So if you're exercising a lot and your muscles are sore, you can easily rub this on. Also, if you have any sort of body aches, if your body is achy and tense, this is a really great one to rub on those muscles so that they can relax, so that you can feel more relaxed. And that's also going to help your body a ton too. When you're more relaxed, your systems are more relaxed and they operate more effectively. So I'm really focusing, when I talk about these oils, I'm really trying to focus a little bit more on how they support your immunity this time of year versus all of the other things that I use them for, but I'll give you some of those tips and tricks too. But right now I know people are most concerned as far as how do I use these oils right now with what's going on to support our families. So the next one is frankincense. This one is one of the most important ones, and I'll tell you why. Frankincense is super, super good when it comes to cellular support. Now, what that means is our cells are kind of the foundation of our body, and we need to keep them strong and supported and doing what they should. So cells naturally have bad cells die off, help reproduce good cells. That's a cellular process happening every single day in our body. So what frankincense does is it's really, really supportive to our cells. So it can actually help encourage our cells to kill off the bad ones and to reproduce the good ones. And so we really, really want that operating really well every single day, so that when we are presented with more threats and that kind of things, we can really have those cells be supported on a cellular level so that we can bounce back faster. And doTERRA oils can actually only be purchased through a wellness advocate through doTERRA. You can't just go to a store and buy them. And what's really, really amazing about these oils is they are the purest you can get on the market. When I'm talking about how to use them, please do not go to your local health food market, to Walmart, anywhere else, to some of these online retailers that are selling oils that are really subpar, and use them in the way that I'm talking about them. What doTERRA does is they're going to provide you a test for this bottle in your hand. A lot of companies will give you one test on one bottle of oil done a year ago. Who knows what bottle of oil it was? doTERRA is really transparent in their testing practices, and they run more tests than any other company. And so I think that's really, really important to mention when we're talking about really protecting ourselves during this time. Oils are not gonna work when they're crappy oils. Like, that's just, that's common sense. If they're filled with toxins, if they're adulterated, if they are not the composition they should be, if they are sourced from the wrong place, where they don't really grow natively, they have just a completely different chemical composition, if they are not the correct part of the plant. And unfortunately, because the FDA doesn't regulate them, people get to put whatever they want on these bottles, and most companies won't back it up with information. So you want to make sure that you're getting them from the source. So if you don't have oils, reach out to me and I can help you get them. But again, this is my basic starter kit, and it's a great, great place to start with oils. So frankincense also, just in addition to the cellular support, obviously it's very, very good for our immune system. It's very, very good for our inflammatory response. And we know that when our body's more inflamed, we are actually more susceptible to catching things. Because inflammation is just one of those really, really bad things that happens in our body, and we don't want it. So a drop under your tongue every day can really help keep your body supported. Using it on your feet or your spine is just a really great way, easy way to use oils topically on your body to get them into your bloodstream. So those are just two places that we just tend to put oils because it's just easy. It's, our feet are not very sensitive. So if you're more sensitive to a certain oil, that's a great place to rub it on just to get it in your body. So I love frankincense. It's a great, 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 great oil. And I actually add it to a lot of my immune support blends as well. And then oregano. So this is definitely one that you want in your home at this time. So you really, really want to make sure that you have some of these more super supportive immune supporter oils is what I like to call them. I like to call them powerhouses, because they really, really have been shown over the years through research to be really supportive to your immune system. And oregano is one of those. Oregano is super, super powerful when it comes to the immune system. So taking it in a veggie cap, adding it to your immune support blends, rubbing it on your feet, really, really great way to support your family during this time. You can also diffuse this one, but it's not the prettiest smell, so I choose not to. I use it more internally and topically just to really support my system during this time. And oregano is actually one that I use quite commonly around this time of the year when there's just more things floating around in the air, right? So really, really important one, I believe, to have on hand as as part of your immune support blends, part of your immune support protocols for sure. And then Digestion. So Digestion is our digestive blend, and it's basically a blend of oils for your digestive system. So any sort of stomach upset, gas, heartburn, those kinds of things, really, really great diluted, just rubbed on your tummy, a couple drops in water. So this one really comes in handy this time of year if you have eaten something bad, if you just have some sort of tummy bug that's not sitting well. It can really just help move things through better, because we know we want our digestive system to be flowing, to be moving the way that it should, or else that affects our immune system, that affects our entire body, and it doesn't feel good. So this is a really great oil to have on hand for anything digestive that comes up. As a side note, this oil is incredibly good when it comes to sinus support and mucus. If you just actually dilute it and put it underneath right here, don't get it in your eyes, but on your sinuses, on your forehead, it can really actually help break up some of that mucus. And so same thing even for coughs. If you have like a really super mucusy cough, it's really, really a great oil for breaking up that mucus. So Digestion in some of your, cough blends on your chest can really help support and break up some of that mucus for sure. And then the next one is Breathe, and Breathe is our respiratory blend. This one is very popular this time of year because it's cold and we tend to have a lot of respiratory issues. So Breathe oil is my number one when it comes to coughs and congestion and just opening up that airway. So we diffuse this frequently right next to us. We will dilute it and put it on our chests, on our kids' chests or their feet if they're having any stuffiness, any respiratory support that's needed. Breathe is huge. So this is definitely one that you definitely want in your home this time of year, because what tends to happen is anything that we catch tends to have that respiratory part to it, right? We tend to have that cough or the sniffles or something like that. So it's a really, really good one to have on hand to really just open up and soothe the respiratory system really well. The next one is tea tree. It's also known as melaleuca. And tea tree is really, really also good for the immune system. So this is another one that I add to my immune support blends. It's also just a really good oil for purifying. So it's a really good oil to diffuse, to purify the air. You can clean surfaces with it. I love to mix it with my OnGuard, and I'll get to that blend last. But you can use them to clean with, like I said. You can use it. This one also I love to add to different cough recipes because it can be really good for breaking up that mucus as well. This is also my go-to oil for any sort of ear discomfort. So we know sometimes when we're not feeling well, liquid can build up in our ears, right? And it cannot feel great. And so melaleuca or tea tree, goes by both names, is really a great thing to be putting around your ear, down your ear bone, just like that, just right there, frequently, so that you can help that liquid drain and help keep your ears nice and clean. And so that can be really important this time of year, especially in young children, because their ears don't drain very well. And so if they get the sniffles, if they start to feel not so good, if their nose is stuffy, if their nose is running and draining and all of those things, we want to keep an eye on their ears because sometimes they can get some discomfort in that area. So tea tree, such a good one to have on hand this time of year and all year long because it's such a good purifying, cleansing oil. And we use it for scrapes and cuts and things like that as our number one first aid oil as well. And then we have lemon. So citrus oils in general are super uplifting and good for energy and things like that. But one way I love to use them for what's currently happening is just a couple drops in my water. And the reason for that is just provides a gentle detox for your cells and your organs and your body. And so when your body it has a lot of toxic overload. When you're exposed to a lot of chemicals, a lot of toxins in the air and our foods, and maybe, I don't know, anything that you're using in your day-to-day life or that has built up over time, your immune system doesn't work as well. You're a bit more immunocompromised when your system's pretty toxic. So the more that we can do to help our body detox in a way that gets the organs filtering, that gets the body filtering how it should, the better off we're going to be when it's cold season, right? So a couple of drops in water every day can be really, really beneficial, not only to your immune system, but just gently getting some of those chemicals, those petrochemicals out of your body. This is also a really good oil for runny noses. Now you can just take a little bit and put it right on the bridge of your nose, and it really, really helps with a runny nose. I honestly don't know why. I just know that I've done it and that it works really, really well, and I love it. The only thing you want to watch out with lemon is that it is photosensitive. So if you are in an area that's actually sunny this time of year, you don't want to apply it anywhere where you're going to be in sunlight. Now you can apply it underneath clothing, or if you're not leaving your house, totally fine. Just wanted to mention that as a quick safety tip. So lemon is also very purifying, very cleansing. Great one to clean one. I often add this to my cleansers. You can make a hand mist with it. I prefer OnGuard, but lemon's another great one to add in. It's just very, very cleansing. So we love lemon in our house. We go through a lot of lemon. We clean a lot with lemon. We add it to our water every day. We absolutely love it. So second to last is peppermint. Peppermint is all things cooling. So around this time of year, we love peppermint if our body temperature is just a little bit high. We love to utilize peppermint, and lavender is a great one to mix in, lime, patchouli, frankincense is even another great one. Even tea tree is another great one for helping to lower body temperature in conjunction with the peppermint. And so if you are feeling warm and you want to bring it down to a more comfortable level, putting some peppermint on your spine, on the back of your neck, on your feet, like every 10 to 15 minutes until you're in a more comfortable temperature is really, really effective. It's just like a natural way, a natural option before you have to jump to something synthetic, right? So we love peppermint for respiratory support, for any sort of cough blends. We often use peppermint. I can tell you that one thing that I learned this year with peppermint, and it's one of my favorite things to do, is I got a cough. Gosh, it was probably back in maybe November, maybe October, long time ago, maybe even September, I don't know. It was a long time ago, but I hate coughs. And what happens is you'll be fine all day, right? And then you go to lay your head down on your pillow and you can't stop coughing, and then you can't sleep. And it's horrible, horrible. What I learned was that this was the best solution. I would take peppermint, I would just simply drop one drop down the bottom of my throat, and it just soothed my entire throat and helped that coughing spasm. So one of my favorite oils for that as well. So versatile. We use this oil all the time, especially as a tired mama. It can be really, really good for some energy as well. Just put some in your hands, breathe it in, diffuse it, add some lemon or wild orange, and you have yourself just a natural energy boost for when you're tired. When you're chasing kids around all day, you need some energy. And then last but not least, the other oil you'll get in this kit is OnGuard. Now, you have probably heard a ton about this oil lately because this is what we call our protective blend. And this is what we use most for immune support. So this is my daily immune support blend. I use this every day on my feet or my kids' feet, or I have other ones I'll use as well, but OnGuard is our number one. I diffuse this all the time. This is my number one diffused oil in our home because it helps purify the air, get rid of unwanted germs, and helps with our immune support. It keeps us protected. So basically what's really, really cool about oils is that they can break down that cell membrane and get into the cells and stop different threats from replicating. Whereas most things cannot penetrate that cell membrane and get in there and work with the cell to support it in that way. And that is why this is so powerful. So you can do a drop in a capsule, a drop in your water. It's a little hot. You can gargle with it if your throat is feeling itchy or just irritated. It's super, super soothing and numbing. You can add it to different immune support blends with some of these other oils that I talked about and make what we call a roller bottle. Super easy to make. When you join my community, I give you the tools to make those. I can give you a dilution guide and I can tell you exactly how to do it. But super easy to make a roller and just roll it on your spine or your feet. Get it in your body so your body can use it. But OnGuard is just a must. And if you haven't heard yet, almost all of our OnGuard different products are sold out. But OnGuard still comes in our kits, and you can still actually buy the OnGuard oil. So all of the oils in this kit and the Healthy Start kit are the 5 milliliter bottles, these bottles. Normally they come in 15 ml bottles. So I have 2 options for kits. I have the smaller option with the 5 ml bottles, and I also have a bigger option with the 15 ml bottles that has a bunch of the actually sold out OnGuard products. It's really the only way you can get them right now because they went really fast. The cool thing is, even if you just have just the OnGuard, I can teach you how to make a hand spray with it. I can teach you how to make hand wash with it, because it's obviously really, really important to be washing your hands, to be using hand sprays, to just be really getting the unwanted germs gone as much as possible. So this is everyone's favorite oil right now. It's very popular right now. Our supplies are extremely limited. Good news is there's so many oils we can use for immune support and protection, and we can still get this bottle. So if you do not yet have oils, reach out and I can tell you more about these kit options and how you get started. When you get started, you're also going to get sent, when you get a kit, you're going to get sent a book. And so this is like my #1 book that breaks down everything. This book is called The Essential Life Book. It's from oillife.com. If you have oils and you don't have this book, I really encourage you to get one. This is really how I learned how to use oils. There's roller bottle recipes. It breaks down every single oil, every single blend, how you use it. And so I send you this book, and actually I'm sending some other goodies in my gift package right now. You can message me and I'll tell you more about what those are. But just reach out and I can give you some more information on my kit options and how to get started so that you have all of the tools at your fingertips to support yourself, to support your entire family. The good news is doTERRA oils can be used for the entire family. You're just going to dilute them for yourself and for your children a little bit differently because they're smaller. But you can use them with everybody, and you can support your entire family and have that empowerment. That is huge right now. I can't tell you how much more prepared I feel because I feel like I have the tools to give our bodies what they need right now. So reach out if you don't yet have oils. If you do have oils, use them. Use them every day. Use them several times a day. Be very consistent with your oil use because that is what's going to make the biggest difference in helping protect yourself during this time.